Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Manichean Nomads series, which we have finally expanded into the lands, which actually belongs to the feudal government, but that's only actually a small portion of it, even though we did not take every single part of it, otherwise it would be a bit of an issue here. And I would say that yes, we have taken the Kingdom of Sogdia, or Ishad as we call our vassal because of us here. And I know some may have a problem with that. So just those that want to overthrow the Khan. Yes, we've given you a lot of power, but I need you to calm down. But unfortunately, I already gave you a gift, made you designated regent, I did everything to please you, and now you want to overthrow me? I doubt anybody would join you. If you want to be the leader of the Pechenegs, be my guest, but you're gonna have to fight me for it. Oh, in the meantime, there's this ongoing Transoxianian Revolt, and so that causes some more problems here. But fortunately, we are bordered with Shana, which is a powerful entity, especially ruled by a holy warrior. So Muslims beware. But for Manicheans, for us, well, it's going to have to take a lot of manpower to put these down, especially that they are a highly motivated people, ready and willing to fight to the death for it. So the Jamug there, who is actually a theocratic vassal, so yes, lives in Samarkand, inside of this satrapy here. But the thing is that we have said many times throughout this series that Sogdia and Samarkand is the promised land. It is the place where we want to take over, which is a major goal of this series entirely. So let me see. But you have to vassalize the head of religion, which is again, the leader of the Manichean Faith acts as a veritable exile, without a temple to call his own, a domain which to call out to the faithful, while real legitimacy in the eyes of the world we could offer by granting a place within the Khan and the Pechenegs, something that would be of benefit to us all. So you need a lot of karma for this. And also the title rank in that realm has to be Baron, Temple, and Manichean. And if you do that, that makes the Archegos and I friends. And I will be the Archegos' new liege. But please remember, you can do that by fighting kings did your claims, but I'd rather have all this to myself. Takes all occupied territory, takes a vassalizer, so okay. Wouldn't the easiest thing in the world just to fabricate the claim? But the thing is, the holder, which is me, has to be Manichean, not a Zoroastrian. So a Zoroastrian must not hold Samarkand. That's the goal here. Again, I'm just looking, not gonna actually start it. What are you, nuts? The subordination of Sogdia takes or vassalize all titles held by the Heshen to me. And then maybe we can kick this guy out of there. Which again, you can do that, but it would be a tough fight. And there are no other nearby Zoroastrian rulers. It's them and them alone. All I need is every clan's cooperation. But you would be the exception, because you're zealous. And you would be an issue. Whereas your son is not zealous. They're beating each other up. But that's only if we have the population to maintain it. Even though our population grows slowly. But I would like to do a subordination war against the Slavic Turkmen here. Because there's plains and there's a bit of steppe here. And plus gets us closer to Sogdia. Another part of it. So for now, we should head this way. That way. But unfortunately, we've already dealt with those because of that. Sogdia is no threat to our interest. The man from the north got a lot of population he's got there, so we should have upwards. And another thing about me, appalling diplomacy. Because I am boring. Don't have the power now, do you? Good. Shut your mouth. Hey! Put him here. Trying to mess with us, huh? Population's being reduced because of the raids. Start raiding others. Well, we got a lot of money actually. Sounds like a solid investment. Gotcha. Pay up. Oh, you can't. So, how much do you make? Very little. Doesn't matter now. Just for that, we're retaliating. While my training has greatly improved my physical prowess and my skills in combat, it has not had a positive effect on my looks. My skin has grown rough and blemished by countless amount of old bruises and small scars. And so what? Looks do not matter. Not really a much groomed person here. Also, in case you didn't hear the notification, that was my personal Twitter notification. My real life Twitter, which I will not give away. And plus, there is no Lord Master Twitter. No such thing. I'm never going to get it. Not because of personal reasons, because me, myself, I like to keep my life private. I can only tell you very little of some real life experiences. That may be similar to what we see around here. Yeah. It's yes, our population is going up in such a way. Oh, Cortan, the one who does not have the wolf's blood. But I should be the one raising him, personally. There is me. And plus he's comely. So that adds a little bit of attraction. Here we go again with this. Slow down a bit on the timeline so I can reply to these little PMs. Again, just real life stuff. It's nothing too concerning. Gonna bash on through here, and then we're gonna raid over there. So, you know what happens when Nuius is overthrown. The sun takes over, and at least that one will be a little more cooperative. In advance, I'll allow you some money. And I know you don't have much in the way of children, and your rest of your siblings are in hiding. How about I offer you a concubine, just to make you a little happy? Hey, we got a good-looking woman we found. That we just raided. Here you go. Prince. I'm traveling by carriage in the countryside of Senak when it comes to sudden halt. Roads are blocked by a fallen tree, and the coachman explains I have to make a slight detour on the solid cement path. No, you fool! It's a trap! The force married through the improvised barricade, narrowly avoiding an ambush by highwaymen. They send an accurate volley of arrows after my carriage as it speeds away, missing it by mere inches. Only mercenaries in the employ of Boru are so precise. Uncle? Is that you? Yes, confirm. How dare you? That's it, Uncle. Because you owe favors. Two could play that game. Attempted murder. Can't arrest him because the council doesn't want him arrested because he's the heir to the Khanate. I don't give a damn. The man tried to kill me. My own uncle. Alright, where does he live? Does he live right here? Yes, in Zaraja. So, spy network here. Shouldn't take too long. Attempted murder. council be damned. That man must be rid of. That deceitful fiend. Oops. Where is it? I've encountered fledgling Dragomir many times while carrying out my duties in the Eagle Wars. It's always a pleasant occasion. We could talk for hours, and time allows because she never bores me. While discussions are often lengthy, we seem to agree on the matters which are the most important. She is a Navarre. A very charming Navarre. I mean, actually, because she's got Serbian and Moravian ancestry. It's the reason why she looks like that, despite the fact that she's culturally Avar. And is already married to the Duke of Catholic Barcelona, Infanta of Great Moravia. What the... Oh. Aspiring poet. There might be more. I realized I had a crush on Infanta Dragomira all along and profess my feelings for her. For a moment the world stood still. I could not breathe, and a most radiant, heartwarming smile spread across Dragomira's strong-jawed face. I thought you would never ask, Timnir. Oh, my clever lady. I wish I could have further contact with you, but it's kind of impossible to bring you to my court. It's kind of impossible. But still. Noble still? That's pretty far. We'll accept, but we're on the other side of the step here. Peasant Revolt. Oh, finally. The old man kicked the bucket. No, that's the wrong guy. You're thinking of this one. Batas, not Kostas. That's what I was trying to look for. Line of succession. My two other uncles. Well, it's official. Sogdia is united. My vassal, I sent you the gift. If you want to be on the council, you might have talent, but I cannot put you as a Didaskalos because you are not Manichean. And plus you are landed. But anyways, he says, I'm pleased to invite you to my forthcoming coordination in Otra. There I will be officially crowned as the Ishad of Sogdia in the sight of all Mazd, and your presence would be most welcome. Well, I am a Manichean and you're a Zoroastrian. What difference would that make, right? We're all brothers in the faith. And who is... Oh. Okay, we got Khwarazm and Sogdia. Aha! So we got two separate realms now. I will gladly attend. Even though I'm in the middle of raiding out there. How'd you like to be my advisor? After years of careful planning, Epak Gutgit from the court of Chief Otrok of Tabut has raised a large army of exiles and mercenaries hovels, declaring his intention to go off and carve out a realm of his own. Well, good luck with that. Where are you going? Vorusne. Circassia has taken Crimea. Yeah, good luck with that. That means it's open season for the steppe. While we raid out here. Tang artwork. I don't think I ever had Chinese artifacts. And look, population. Just as what we need. The relenting fighter. Recently I've heard the news of my daughter from exile. She now lives in CK2. Has become a paranoid loner living at the edge of society, barely tolerated by her peers. What a disappointment. And yet they calls her the Shadow. Where is that? There it is. That's where she resides now. The Strategos to Armenia. And what? I mean, Georgian imperial government, despite the fact that it is an anarchy. Did he change his culture? Oh, no. It's just... still independent, but they use imperial bureaucracy. Agnatic Gavelkind still. Ah. The Sogdian coordination. I, Hun of the Zugzugan dynasty, with the blessing of Mana, I do hereby rightfully assume the crown of the Khanate of Sogdia. With those words does it become the Ishad of Sogdia in truth, with each and his vassals lining up to bow before him and swear everlasting fealty. It's an impressive ceremony, led by and full of pomp and circumstance. One that will write Ishad Kun into history. The streets of Uttra are lined with Sogdian crowds cheering, everyone standing to get a look at the important personages that pass on their way to the forthcoming feast. Well, long live the Ishad. Wonder what that means in the Turkic languages. Does that mean king, Khan, something like that? Anyways, with the coronation ceremony finished, the newly anointed Ishad retired to his castle for the celebration feast. The hall is packed with people, lords and ladies of Sogdia, their wives and husbands, visiting Zoroastrian rulers and emissaries. It will be a night to remember. This will be quite a celebration. Again, we only urge for your cooperation. And, by the way, can I just release the woman? Okay, it's fine. Honest mistake. As you are crowned now, I will give you your Ishadum. Now, anyways, lately, I've been feeling a strange wolfish hunger as I look at some of the members of my court. I've been taught to control my desires like everyone else, but there's a deep animal instinct within me that keeps increasing in intensity, pressing more and more on my patience. I feel it will soon no longer possible to control it. Perhaps I don't want to. Growl. Growl. There you go. That's the sound a lusty wolf makes. Oh, I just lost a lustful trait. I guess I do have better control of my passions. It's the Manichean way of doing things. Meanwhile, at one point during the coronation's festivities, the former ruler, Lius, stands and gets everyone's attention. He delivers a poem in Ishadkun's honor, and it is beautiful. Those gathered are moved, and the applause afterwards signifies that this ode will be written down and remembered. How fabulous! I mean, after all, he is a drunken poet who is zealous to his faith, even though he's a tad bit slow, but physically weak and club-footed. But he's taking combat intensive training. He doesn't know when to quit. The coronation feast finally draws to a close, with Ishad Kun giving a speech to those gathered that is barely heard over the rostering. Long live the Ishad! Long live the Ishad! A fine event indeed. Ah! What the hell? Died in an accident. Hey, lover. Darling. I know you're kind of depressed right now. But I'll tell you what can get over your depression. I will offer you gold. Because money buys happiness. Although the shy trade might be the one that's given. That could be. Eh. But she has a very high opinion of me. I mean, she is my lover. High opinion to me, but not so much opinion on her new liege, because her husband is lost. Come live in my court, because you are a member of the Eagle Warriors. Despite the fact that you don't have the skills for it, to be a commander, but still, I will give you all the money. Now, go ahead and provide full political support to put it into it. Refuse the revocation of Tashkent, and, well, here we go again. It's Sogdian Muslims this time. Hey! Peace with Sogdia right now. Crud, another expansion temper. We better get this piece of land next. Once you're done raiding all this, it's time to go down. Tengri stopped rising up in Balkash. Oh, that's over there, actually. Let's go. And then on our way down, head to Turgai, and then we'll get down there. So that way we'll have these lands connected. It's already connected, but we just encircled the Ural Sea. My grievance as a shotgun will remain. I would not dream of refusing such a reasonable request by my liege. Thank you very much. Now please, make peace! Now I'm interfering in Sogdian affairs, now that I know about that. Mission successful. No more restlessness in Zoroastrians. It was with great honor I received your invitation. I'm pleased to inform you. Stand ready to move your court. Looking forward to serve you up to the best of my capabilities. For my success and mostly your august glory. Drahu Mira. Again, her name is of a Moravian origin, so says her dynasty, while she's got a Serbian mother. And yet she's culturally Avar. And yet her child is a Langobard. Because this is from the previous marriage, actually. You sure do get around, woman. You know, you're an aspiring poet. I'm sure you have your friends and enemies. Perhaps you'll be my mistress one day. Teach her to be less nosy because I'm cruel and I can do that. She didn't react well to the way correct in her behavior. I fear she's even more suspicious towards me now. In fact, how the hell does she read my notes? She's in house arrest. Did I leave my notes in that area where I have her on house arrest? What the? Oh, Drahumir, are you gonna... Okay, she's joining a plot. Because I was wondering another thing about her. It's like, hey, you want to help me kill my uncle? Who tried to kill me? You're going to prison. I could do that again, but I think that's a waste of time at this point. Plus, you have the forces. Good. At Dajan. We'll try to get it before anyone else does. Because this is step And I like to have that land for myself. Nobody touches it. And stop. The population looks good, but I think we're well maintained. So I'd rather fight against them for subordination, also known as, we're going to take your land. Willing to spend the prestige for it. No need to bring in the allies in. This is a thing that it will handle. And don't forget to loot the province when you're done. All the way over there. No, that's here. And here comes that host that's going to take the new territory. But you know, there's absolutely no reason for me to be out here. I should be in my court, administrating, and doing other things. Can't celebrate Nowruz unless at peace. Well, finish this war before we start Nowruz, alright? Promise me on that. $53. War score. Realize to become a great fighter, I need to get in better shape. Because if I have nearby woods, it would be excellent for running. Let's go running. My ability to take down any man in a brawl is widely renowned. Many speak of my prowess and how it would be unwise to pick a fight with me. Feels good to be recognized. Damn right. Nomadic holding, looted temple, and tribal holding. That's what we have here. 74%. Assault that. 100%. The land is mine. And guess what? Clan land is not demanding. The land is mine. Now we gotta get rid of those people. But you cannot. Because it cannot be revoked this granted title until then. Fair enough. I think I got it figured it out. But go raid over here. And there's the land that they just took over, which we'll have to get that one day. $18 versus 6. Huh. So more land for myself, meaning further increase of the maximum population. Overjoyed with this. Give it another go ahead. We are stabilizing the whole region. Bulla, my co-conspirator, sent word that a massive pit of manure was prepared under the floorboards and abandoned in on the path. Boulder will travel with his escort once they're seated at the table. Kaboom! Well, if I become a known murderer and a kinslayer, so be it. The man tried to kill me, so I had to get him. I can't bring him to justice because the council says no to that. No. Because you know why? Since my family member will be negatively affected. Negatively affected? Shut your mouth, other uncle. The man is an attempted murderer. He's a criminal. He's ambitious. He wants to be the Khan. He'd rather kill me. And the Sogdian man here does not want to weaken my dynasty. That's his reasons why. Because he's concerned about succession issues, which do not fret. We have Kortan. Give him a few years, and when he becomes adult, I will send him off as a mercenary. And he will prove his worth. He will prove his worth. And you're adaptive because he has no particular on the matter, swayed by diplomatic rating of the others. And a pragmatist, same. And the glory hound here, do not want a weakened dynasty. Only my data scholars thinks of it. Fine. Approve the plan. Do not screw it up! Had to said it in an angrily tone. Drahumira, the princess, they call her the milk drinker. Because she... I wonder where did she get a nickname like that? Now that I thought about it. And did you know that her brother is the king of Great Moravia? A country we have no contact with. Way too far away from here. Total success. Rebellious province gone. We're on to... When peasant leaders presented me about a petition to improve their life conditions in Irgiz, I immediately thought about the list of demands to offer them as a counterproposal. I want them to pay more taxes. I want them to eat less to tax even more. I want the fairest of them to service me in my court. I want the strongest of them for my armies. I want them to work more. I want it all. And I realized something else. Nowruz. I didn't celebrate it this year. Well done, you idiot. Alright. We got him. Success! He perished in a manure explosion. There is no trace of my complicity to be found amongst the rubble. He went out with a bang. So don't F with me. Now what do you say, little uncle? Friend? At least you'll cooperate. Now that man, we can't bring him to justice. For that murder of yours. My spies probably tell you this man is probably be trusted. We shall see. Successful strike. We are really improving things here. Things are looking up. Got my lover. We done killed my uncle. Very happy. That's life. And I hope one day you'll get rid of your depression whenever we spend a good time together. And all that. What if I make you my concubine? Because she is a noble. And she loves me no matter what. I mean, I don't want to commit adultery. I mean, that'll be looked at as suspicious. So, I'll just take her in as my concubine. And, so that way she doesn't look at me suspiciously. And she's like, oh, I guess, Tamir and Drahumira are just really good people. They're just nice friends, that's all. That's what she thinks. May Zurvan protect them. He's gonna stand up and fight against those Taoists who are gonna bring in with full force, with the full might of them. And it's also bad news for us, because if we try to invade this area, that means they're going to have the Chinese honor guard to back them up. And they've hired some mercenaries to go along with that. Ah! The chair I was sitting on broke and I fell to the ground, looking like a clown. Why is this happening to me? Uncle! Was this one of your last assassination attempts on me? From beyond the... From the great beyond. Because we don't do burials around here. Supposedly. I mean, I tried to read the... I tried to do some reading on Manichean funerary practices, but I haven't found it yet. Just wondering if... Do they really do sky burials, or do they do the Christian way of doing things? The classic burial. Because Manicheans, sometimes they just... Get out! Get out! Get out! That land's occupied. We can't raid that. No! Stop! You're gonna raid your own territory. Just realize that. Be on standby. Isn't there a bard mocking her in Zoroastrian? Early. And she's got a rat. Why did I ever do that? Everybody's and son. Oh, he wants the land. That's what's going on. Should rebuild these. Young Cortan seems to have a natural charm and way with words. Yeah, sure. I'm sure he'll suffer in life. But, actuality, that's good for him. It's good to be gregarious. The hell are you laughing at? Remember that you wanted to expand the cavalry? Well, this is your chance. Time to introduce the heavy vanguard, which adds more light cavalry, but plenty of heavy cavalry to go along with that. It's 125. So send them out here. Don't put me on command ever. Not unless there's wartime. Because I like to make this 2,000 strong. And with the introduction of the heavy cavalry, as you can see that look and make of it, of a Turkic heavy cavalry unit, what it looks like, you get the idea. They have won the area. That means we gotta go after the ensign next. The max is 2,000, so yeah, it will be 2,000 strong, just as you have publicized. So, heavy cavalry at the center. Just the way I would like it. Crud. That means we have to deal with those guys. Ones that's over 6,000 strong. And they have a lot of horse archers and light cavalry with some infantry to support them. That one I'm a bit afraid. lack of bravery. I've seen Mayor Urkhan of Kakshanla during a couple of gatherings with the Eagle Warriors. I cannot help but notice how the middle-aged man, middle-aged, 47, okay, appears needlessly jumpy, flinching at jokes, turning down sparring matches. He needs guidance, I find myself muttering. As a warrior, he needs me. Mayor Khanate agrees and needs my help in order to make him see things differently. We spent a few nights camping in the woods. Judging by the nervous laughter my proposal is met with, I suspect he is aware of many dangers the wilderness holds. It is nothing for cowards, I conclude. I'll bring my fire striker. I'll make us show how invested I am in this endeavor. My fellow member of the Eagle Warriors and I are back from our camping trip, and I am not sure what was he had in mind. He was clearly overwhelmed. Or perhaps I expected too much. He seemed mostly seemed agitated in the end. They might need to keep working on this. He became craven. Hopeless. Hopeless, I say. Quick, here's your chance to raid before those evil people come here. Just raid, raid, raid. We have completely destroyed the Temple of Core 7 Novas. Now we're gonna raid your home and then get out of here. We're gonna piss them off. Not to mention it was recently conquered. We raid! Now get out, get out, get out! The personal goblet of Mer Satateo Teto of Koralski. Ah! How do you like me now? Now right out of here. Like thieves in the night, but on horseback. Clearly having too much fun. But again, I wasn't even there. Let's just do it per orders. Khan Blue Schwanai. Oh yes, I remember you. Let's decide to share a few barrels of mead to the entire congregation outside, challenging his fellow warriors to see which among us will be able to drink the most without faltering. You're the man that kicked my ass and got lucky. I shall be the one. And I'm sure you don't have your drinking hand anymore. With you being left-handed, I'm sure that your left's your drinking hand now. But I shall be the one. Now my overseer wants to perform a conspiracy, one of my restless promises. The plan points to the infiltration of the local rebel leadership to further the manipulation of the malcontents within. The plan is godful after looking at our assets, and the promise seems to stand a real chance of succeeding. Think out the overall scheme again. Give it a go-ahead. Alright. Several recruits accepted my challenge at a mere mention of free mead, and soon the main hall is filled with the cheering and clashing of tankards. The servants bring in the first barrel while we all find a place in a long table, eager to start. Come on! Start pouring already! One by one, the other contenders either tap out or fall unconscious. I cannot see straight anymore. Everything is blurry, but I'm still standing. Unfortunately, so is Zabagan, and he looks far more resilient than me now. I am made of tougher stuff than this because I'm brawny. Focus your energies entirely on winning the match. Despite my best efforts, Zabagan is relentless, drinking tankard after tankard, leaving me well behind in the match. In the end, I'm unable to raise my arm to drink anymore, and lean on the table, conceding a victory. I just want to rest my eyes for a while. They call him Zabagan 100 Flagons, because he's got a calm voice and he is tall. Even though he's doing it with a swollen wrist. And a mustache to boot. That man. I would like to have him in my retinue. Yep, they're mad as hell. Just get out. Mission successful. Discreetly, silently, invisibly, our assets are placed inside of the rebels in my province. Not only they'll provide information, allowing us to be one step ahead of them, but also our spies will manipulate their decisions for the further my interests while looking advanced theirs. My domain overseer did the job of a truly spy master. He is deceitful. What a positive performance. No more restlessness. The land is safe. Though I've had a full night's rest, the quality of sleep must have not been good, because I'm feeling drowsy today. Don't even think about it. I have to stay awake. It's only a year. Okay. So you got a 2,000 strong lord. Also, what's going on? Good. That'll put him in his place. You can revoke his title now. And the Chinese are kicking their tail. Which again gives us the opportunity. One day. And come on, don't be cowards. What do you think you're doing? On go. We're already busy fighting another. Okay, I can understand that, but I guess we'll have to wait for you. Busy fighting another war. What war? You're not fighting any war, Jack. Armenia has been expanding lately, putting us right on their borders. Which kind of puts us rather in a curious position. And now the arm wrestling challenge. Many important warriors are gathered in the lodge tonight in order to celebrate a recent hunt. I've barely joined some of my friends in the festivities when Batoya barges in, claiming that he is twice as strong as I am and challenging me in an arm wrestling match to prove it. Oh, is that so? The Terra Vaga, they call him. He's a raider. He's physically strong, but I'm brawny. Well, we shall see. You're on. Two of the strongest men in here. Batoya and I sit in front of the other, preparing ourselves for the game. We put our arms on the table while the third fighter holds our fists still. A crowd around us chants a disjointed countdown and cheers as we start pushing against each other. With a loud thud, I slam his fist against the table, earning a shower of cheers from the other warriors gathered around us. My opponent glares at me and mumbles something about accepting defeat as he rubs his hands. Knowing I'm a cruel man, I'll just say, "What sort of weakling are you? You're a lousy..." I'll just give it to her. Ever since we've been expanding, I don't think there's been much resources anywhere, unfortunately. Except the wheat field and the silver mine. But look at Sogdia down there. They got a stone quarry, a silkworm farm, spices plantation. Back in my day when I used to do a Sogdian playthrough, it used to be sheep country. But in actuality, in the areas of Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, which mostly consisted of Sogdia, as it was back then, its main export was cotton. Yeah. Is. Anyways. Ready for a rematch? You're going down, old man. You got lucky the first time. I'm ready to be a hero. Our table's already full, veteran. Yeah. I was holding my masterful short sword in front of me, locking eyes with Convosh. The crowd began to whisper, as my opponent fidgeted awkwardly with his weapon, his face growing paler. Thought he was about to faint when the man started running away from me. Well, that was easy. He didn't have the stomach. He only got lucky the first time because I was wounded. But not anymore. To a man who just ran away. You have proven yourself worthy of the Eagle Warriors. I admit defeated. Hereby step back from the title you may now acquire. Use it well. Thank you very much. Which means I get to have these great abilities. No longer suffer lethal injuries from battles. Boy, the Chinese did a number on you, huh? We smell blood in the water. This would be a great time to invade. Not invade. Do you know what I mean? Subordination of Sogdia, but the council says no because they're full of pragmatists. Well, we're gonna have to make some changes in the council. I'm gonna turn this council upside down. The Glory Hounds are willing, but the Pragmatist says no. Not even a Sogdian. So that means when we take this area, Nakshab, I will own this land, although may likely give it to some other person. But we gotta kick him out of there when we take it. Okay, whom else? You. What say you? Divided. There are no nearby Zoroastrians. So that means that we're gonna all have to have a get-together. And we have the money for the mercenaries if need be. This is gonna be a tough fight, but we will win it. We will reach Sogdia, as we had promised since the near beginning of this series. The major goal of that series. And this is what this episode has been about. It's just a whole setup and everything. There's no reason to bring the Army of Light because this isn't a holy war. No. So please remember, who takes or vassalizes all titles held by the Eschen within the Duchy of Sogdia. Let's go. Who's with me? Plenty except for one. It'll have to do. And that includes the Sogdian levies. Everybody gather here at Kurda. This is gonna be the meeting place. He doesn't have much of money. But just to make damn sure. Oh my goodness. What the hell has Tarim been doing? Oh gosh, they're not doing well. Anyways. Yeah, bring in mercenaries. Bring in the, no, we've used the Kazan. Guess we could take the Sunni Turkmen company. Remember, the place to meet is Kurda. Again, the objective is to take all the holdings of Bukhara, Nakshab, and Samarkand. So we'll be crossing over the Oxus, also known as the Amudaya today. Over to there. And remember, the real objective is Samarkand. They may have a large levy size and they're going to reinforce their levies faster, which is why I'm bringing mercenaries, because I am not giving them any chances. You with us? Now, let's... do I have the war sacrifice still active? For... Okay. But remember, you just became a hero, so you're not going to have the full benefits of everything, such as a call to glory. That call to glory thing is usually useful for defensive wars, not on the offense like we're on. Let's move. All of you with me. Stubborn, ain't you? Event spawned troops. He's not a member of any society, so this must be those zealots. No, Chinese honor guard. He's bringing the honor guard, which we have lost sight of him. There they are. Led by Jamug Ardeshah. So the Chinese honor guard consists of over 1,000 light infantry, near 500 heavy infantry, 500 pikemen, over near 600 light cavalry, over 1,000 archers, and less than 200 horse archers, because that's from the Sogdians themselves, because that's part of their culture. They are similar to us in a way, with the use of the cavalry. So we have received most of the reinforcements that is needed. Now let's move down to Kingdom Proper. It doesn't matter where we go, we're going to take a river crossing penalty anyway. But I still have the very heavy morale damage that will be going against them. We defeated the honor guard led by Sogdia, and now from Zoroastrian Ostrasana, we can defeat them too. What makes them any different? He's not leading an army right now because he just got his face kicked in. That's a fancy way of saying it. And plus, since we will own this area, then that means we will sooner or later start dealing with the Tair Shaddam, which they're currently at war right now. It's oh, they're assisting the Caliphate. It's Byzantine reconquest of June. Al-Awasim. Al-Awasim. Where is that? There it is. Byzantium is after this. Western Syria. Antioch, excuse me. Add context to the name. More reinforcements will be arriving in a year's time. We're on our own here. Just us, Sogdians, and other tribals. We will take the river crossing penalty, but that don't scare us. Ah, crud. Movement's locked. We're going in anyways. But remember, I have the heavy cavalry in my center, which will definitely bash on through. Thanks to the combination of many different factors of cavalry and all that, fighting in the steppe. Me being a legendary commander. So the combination of all these things, very high martial skill, and the introduction of the heavy cavalry, which will mow down the infantry. There you have it. And you see, you don't gain any karma from the battle. Again, these Zoroastrians are not infidels nor heretics. They are just part of the same religious group as we are, but we're just a lot alike than we are different. What we're doing here is just simply heading for the promised land. That's what our forefathers kept saying. Now we're coming to Bahara. Get around, everybody. And if there are any Zoroastrian uprisings, we will put them down. I was thinking of an idea in my head, but that's kind of far-fetched even for me, but I don't know, because I would risk antagonizing the Sogdian king, the Ashad, because, you know, when we take this, he's going to want some of this. There's going to be a time there's going to come to a disagreement between us. But we only urge for your cooperation. Yeah, how did you like to be my physician? In addition, I'll make you the Ishad. Now, the Ishad is a title given to the highest ranking generals. Oh, that's what that means. That's what that means. From Turkic languages. Hey, where's the, there you are. Come here. Just need your help with the siege. Jamaga. It's for female termed, again, Sogdian origin. I know exactly what he's trying to do, and I'll get you in the future. Your land is mine. Sogdia Proper even exists as a title? No. I promise you, next year we will celebrate Nowruz. But they got some stubborn defenses out there. Now we have full complement of forces out here. Kortan Boru Tamak is short. Well, maybe focus on the brain and looks. Well, that means he's short in stature, so it's hidden in the world at large. So he may be nice looking, but he's a tad bit short. I wouldn't worry about that. Alright, bring the spoils back to me. Now it's just 2 cities, which will be easy to bring down. You deserve greatness. Go get it. He's become envious. Sorry I pushed you too hard. Etiba Tamir beams smile at me while handing over a pouch of gold. He claims it contains a savings accumulated from the hard work and donations from the richer families in my realm. That's wonderful. And he's become brave. Soon I'll offer you to join the warrior lodge. Give him any of my lands. If you want to be on the council, you could use that favor. You'll be repaid. That was a Dikhan, which is a noble title, which that I do remember from those Iranian languages. Guess we won't celebrate Nowruz next year because of the time it's being taken for this bloody war. And that is the last time I'm raising any of your vassals' troops. Sorry I couldn't offer you a more lavish welcome, as I'm a greedy person. What is this now? Fresh set of Chinese honor guard troops. So they're splitting into two different fronts. That I cannot afford. Okay, we've fully occupied Bukhara, but leave that trade post alone. We got what we wanted. Defeat their army one more time and we will win the war. One day I will be playing as the Sogdians, and it'll be in an area like this in Crusader Kings 3. That's what it'll be like. That kind of setting there. Except it's got more provinces inside of Sogdia. Norway? Heir to the Kingdom of Sweden. We have contact with Norway? My goodness, it might as well be Scandinavia. Or Nordmania is the name of the empire. In fact, since he is the... I mean, one day they will form a tribal empire. My goodness, 500 gold? Refused. Too far away from my interests. Well, we just ran into some mercenaries. Chinese mercenaries. My horse and I are of one mind of body. Having trained together for long, the enemies began fearing both of us both. Watch out, it's Kantamir and Dragon, they tell each other. When I sleep, Dragon sleeps, so when the blade cuts into him, I feel like it bled too. My goodness, they hurt my horse. Where's the enemy commander? I'll kill him myself. Who the hell do you think you are? After the battle is over, the soldiers hail a victory is greater than the charm of the army of light over my foes in the service of the army of darkness. The prophet Seth watches over us. I was chasing Tuna over the hills when Suleiman showed me a side pocket. I'll take this one, my lord, clumsily swinging his bastard sword. From the Sunni Turkmen Company. We did not order himself. Idiot. You try to avenge my horse, that was nice of you. They put all the troops in the center, that's why I took most of that morale damage. The Prophet Noah watches over us, another great victory for the army of light. Just in time for Nowruz. Sogdia is ours. Now all we gotta do is kick that guy out of there. But he says no. Well then, that right there is a problem. But please remember, you have the karma for it, but the realm title is held by someone else, and we need him out of there. And then we'll probably distribute. And I'm sure you probably want these lands back, do you? Oh yeah, as for Nakshab, I'm not sure about this because there's some angry people down there. Different culture, different group. You know what I'm gonna need? A Sogdian nobleman to run things down there. Alright, do any of you Sogdian men, any of them with Iranian sounding names, wishes to be the ruler down here of Nakshab? Because I don't want that land. And I could see that you do have issues with me. Actually, he's the leader of the Sogdian Revolt. Oh, I can recruit him, actually. Okay, good. You'll have the honor of running Nakshab down there. But they say it's tyranny. Well, stick around. Actually, 1 second. 2 things. Celebrate Nowruz for the love of Zervan. Keep the mercenaries on board because we're gonna go take care of this person down here. He says no, so therefore rebellion. Other non-nomad vassals won't be happy about this. But if you try to do anything stupid, as in you join the rebellion, we're gonna put you down. We simply want you out of there. And in the meantime, Sasson. Hey. Where are you? I recruited you. Right off the prison. I mean, he was from there, right? Had him in prison. Doesn't say abroad. I think it'll register in itself. Oh! He actually... okay, you're in my court, right? I would give you the whole of Nakshab, but that's a barony, not the title. I mean, that's going to be an issue. Okay. Vassalized head of religion. Here it is. War averted. Again, I don't want to hold all this. This is who it's going to belong to. Now, we're way past due. So let's vassalize the head of religion. As a reminder, the leader of the Manichean Faith acts as a verifiable exile without a temple to call his own, a domain from which to call out to the faithful without real legitimacy in the eyes of the world. We could offer that granting a place within the Khanate to the Pechenegs would be something to be of benefit to us all. holy site of Manichean. The holder publicly follows the Manichean Faith. Son of Duke. Bishop of Arbinjan. This is the place. Arbinjan. I would even finance this. Just for the Archegos to be making his place in here. Religious majority recently liberated, so that means there's no chance of revolt here in Samarkand. As much as I'd like this to be an excellent grazing land down here, but no, the land is not mine. Or maybe just give Nakshab to him as a show of, again, forgiveness. But now it's time for the car, for the prestige. Bingo. There he is. Our Archegos, who is of a Khotanese origin. He is now the permanent resident here. Do not worry about it. He's an apostle. You know what they do in these parts? They do it like this. It's just like with the papacy. Papal suitability, because they didn't write that part. It's just say, I believe he's the rightful candidate to be the next Archegos. These are all Khotanese Saka, because the Kingdom of Taram is... so how do you like me now? I was hoping for a little text and all that, a little celebration of the cause, but I guess not. But no, the Manichean Church stays here. And obviously this is a wrong kind of territory. Because I'm not supposed to be owning this land. Hey. How about this? How about you on Samarkand as well? More land to you. You don't have a family, right? No. Just making sure. What if I make you a little more grand? Like, what if addition that you're not only the ruler of the Manichean Church, but also the theocracy of Sogdia? All that. No, this is duchy tier. Is it not? It is duchy tier. For the religion there. Again, I'd love to give away all this land. Yeah, it'll all go to you. Because as a theocratic vassal can hold temple and castle. Ishtakan as well. There, now you got 3 of your domain size. Now we have to deal with Nakshab. What the hell am I going to do with that? I'd rather give it to a Sogdian noble. Because he's the owner of it, but the council will not like it. But he'll say, it's like, but he's not a but he's not a Manichean. Oh yeah. I mean, you can't go around demanding other people to convert and whatnot. That's not how it works. Because we're nomads. We don't tell people what to do regarding, hey, convert to this faith or that faith. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, I wish I could do the same for all this, but... again, nomadic counties. That's the issue. Or we could just pillage all of this and turn this into steppe land, which I can hold for myself. There is no clan land demand for this. Basically just uproot the whole country. Just pillage, 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 pillage. That is just... oh. It's quite an idea, but... again, I'd rather give this to you, because I don't want to make people mad. And I have no intention to destroying that. Unless you want to settle down here, and but keep in mind, this is what happens at the beginning. I'm not going to do it right now. No, that's going to be far away in the series if I choose to settle. Maybe converted the Manichean and Pecheneg culture if you were to do that. Horde troops will be disbanded, and you will gain troops proportional to the land you're abandoning on the steppe. All domain counties will get tribal holdings, which obviously in turn you would become feudal anyway, since you have an organized religion. I mean, that's what it is. Abandon a province and just basically revert to nomadism, which we can't do that, obviously, because of who we are now. But do I really want to hold all that land to myself? Because the inefficient land management. It's only those two. And of course, everybody's got a problem with that. Again, that's going to be a big issue. And I think we may have to do the alternative. Create the Duchy of Sogdia and give it to him. Now this may sound like a strange idea to you cannot, because the Archegos cannot... oh! I see. Okay, fine then. You can have Bezda Nakshab. Even though it's a terrible idea. And the council thinks that's too much. Just create a new damn vassal then. Just appoint a Pecheneg just to live there. Look, he may have the church, but he's nowhere bigger than that. And I guess I get to keep the 2 counties for myself. No more penalties. Well, fine then. Either that, or I would have granted the county to somebody. I mean, I could have done that earlier. Why didn't you think of that? But it's still mine, because it's still steppe. And that means excellent grazing land, and therefore that population increase goes up. Now let's end the episode with Noro's celebration. We've seen the text before, we know what that's about. So wish to hear the soft sounds of Noro's Iwahabi. Most popular day of Nowruz is the so-called water pouring day. It is the day of happiness and friendship amongst all. You and our household will sprinkle rose water on guests and relatives. You even sprinkle on those who pass by residences. Everyone and everything smells so pleasant. I guess you're mad at me because I have that title of Sogdia, right? You desire that duchy. Okay then, but here's the problem. You're only getting Bukhara. You're not getting Samarkand or Nakshab. You got that? If you want all of this back, you're gonna go through me. Okay? There. Is there anything else? Desire Samarkand, Nakshab. Never. Deal with it. It's one final adjustment we made. I could have given the counties away, but I realized there's some grazing land out here. We could build a new holding, but no. This is good land, actually. Call the Sogdian. Oh, hell. Who's that? Oh, the Manichean. Organize a punitive raid in Zoroastrians because it's restlessness here. You're doing that to your own capital. I'm the hero now. Yeah. We'll find out about all this. We're gonna put a stop to here for this episode. Well, we did complete the major goal of this series that I wanted, and that is to reach Sogdia, but that's only Sogdia proper, but not the rest of the area, which one day we will have to get everything. Even if we have to fight against these big enemies and going after areas like Koto. So, subordination war. Even though that would bring the ire of many Sunnis out there, including the Abbasids, so you probably would have to wait for the opportunity to be right. Wait for the opportunity when it's most appropriate, then we'll go in after them. Especially that they would have the Chinese honor guard there. Well, we still have a peace deal with them, so they're not going to bother us. And one day, us and Tarim will be neighbors. Because I can imagine one day, that's just claiming war, don't worry about that. That one day that what I will try to establish them as a nomad tributary. You help us out and we help you. That's what it'll be like when we further expand to the rest of Sogdiana. And I am not ready to settle down and become tribal and feudal in turn, using Sogdia as a base for further expansions out there into the lands of Khorasan, Persia, and Iraq, home of the other Manichean holy sites there. So, well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, after 92 years of this playthrough, we have accomplished our first major goal this series. So this series will continue, no doubt, in which, again, now our priority is unite the rest of Sogdia, the entirety of it, including here in Catalan, Ostrasana, Fergana, and Tashkent. And then we begin to go down this way. And of course, since we acquired more land that is of a Sogdian Tajik lands, it will further increase the population even further, and enlarge our ord and all that, and more. Well, we'll see you in the next episode, but until then, so long for now.